heads there now. Owen Johnson going behind the net. Johnson in the corner. Sedley gets it down to Denny Gore. Looks in front. Burrows on the backhand and into the corner going after it's Caleb Smith. The attack pressing with the extra skater, but the Erie Otters will clear it out down the ice. Swing and a miss from Petrovsky. This is going to do it. Carey Terrance puts another one home. This into the empty net, and the Erie Otters will get a split of this weekend set.
Carey Terrance puts his speed on full display there as he accepts the alley-oop play out of the zone. Burst by a flat-footed Servac Petrovsky. Potts' 20th goal of the season. He was quiet for 5 periods this weekend, but in this 6th one, the 3rd period, the conclusion of this weekend series, Carey Terrance shows why he was a 2nd-round pick in the latest National Hockey League entry draft.
Well, if there wasn't a post-game skate where the kids can skate with the attack after this one, there wouldn't be very many people left in the stands. So those that aren't participating, they're heading for the exits as the Erie Otters, in just a massive turn of events in this game, if you're the attack, 5-2 lead, and Erie did not quit. No quit at all. And Owen Sound just couldn't match that intensity, and the Erie Otters have a clear lead with 2:01 to go as we come to our final timeout of the contest. And for the attack, this is gonna sting.
It's gonna sting for sure, Mark, but then you take away the 5-minute power play, then you take away 3 goals for the Owen Sound attack. Now, yes, they did have that power play time, but for the first 10 minutes of this game, it was all Erie Otters. And then after that 5-minute power play, it was all Erie Otters for 15 minutes of the 2nd period. Did the attack deserve a 5-2 lead? Maybe not, but 8 goals for the Erie Otters is quite a performance offensively.
Yeah, maybe the power play was masking the effort, but that said, you're up 5-2. You got to find ways to close those games out, especially on home ice. And for the attack, it's going to be another loss here at the Bayshore. And just when you looked and thought after last night's win, maybe they can start stringing some wins together here on home ice, they're going to fall to 4-8.
You said it, you put the hammer on the nail right there, Mark, when you're talking about you have to find ways to win. You're up 5-2. Yeah, you still have 35 minutes of game time left, but you have to work on your defensive game, and that's where they really struggle. It's not the goaltender, it's not the defense, it's the whole team as a whole, unable to really knock down what should be a very strong defensive effort.
Minute 58 remains here in the 3rd. And the Otters wouldn't mind tacking on another one. With the top line out there. Martin Misiak, Brett Brissett, Andre Molnar on the ice right now. Addy will dump it in. Martin Matejcek goes after it. Behind the net, Addy looks in front. Chance for Crawford, and it's going to go up and out of play. And maybe I sparked a little something there for Ben Gaudreau, talking a little bit earlier about how this has been a house of horrors for him. But in what should be his last appearance of his OHL career here at the Bayshore, he's going to get his first victory. And it's not how you would have drew it up, but it doesn't matter.
For him, I'm sure he doesn't want to allow 5 goals in the game, but if he's getting a win at the end of it, I'm sure he'll go home smiling.
Braden Rogers passes over to Martin Matejcek, fans on it. Matejcek now again goes off the boards and out. Harry Nancy over to Jake Crawford. Crawford pulls it to his backhand. He's hit up along the boards. Back to the blue line for Braden Rogers with a shot. Hit a shin pad, and at the side of the net, Johnson will take it. Addy jumps on him, trying to push him off the puck. Henry gives Addy a whack. Turnover, Crawford steals from Femus. Goes over to Nancy for Addy. Addy, the shot just missed there. Looking for his first OHL goal. Got his first point today, did Nico Addy. Crawford takes a hit. Back of the line, Rogers. His shot punched up into the air. waiting on his Johnson. He gloves it down. Might have held onto it a little long there, but with 45 seconds left, they'll play on. Matejcek trying to bring it up ice. On him was McDonald. And a couple of Otters just ran into each other, so now Matejcek has a chance to go into the offensive zone. Pushes around Ty Henry. 30 seconds left. Jackson Stewart shot off the side of the goal. Stewart throws a hit on McDonald. Cross ice pass dumped in. Chasing after it, Royston. He hits James Petrovsky. And the clock will tick down here on this Sunday afternoon. Icing waved off. 7 seconds left. The Otters can just eat it, and they will do just that. They made the comeback complete and added a little icing on top. 8-5, the final score. The Erie Otters scoring 6 unanswered to win it. And now we'll get a little bit of pushing and shoving before this one is finally done. Jackson Stewart going at Alex Messier now, who came in to help, it looked like. And Messier looks like he's got one of his gloves off as he's got 2 attackers on him. And it looks like they'll ultimately be separated. And the Erie Otters can now celebrate the win. Ben Gaudreau gets his first win of his OHL career here at the Bayshore. He was 0-4 up until today. And he made some big time stops and then held his team in it before their offense delivered. 6 unanswered, an 8-5 win. And once again, it's a head-scratching afternoon for the Owen Sound attack. Post-game coverage is coming up on the other side of the break. We'll be coming back to the Bayshore.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Our family used to be so fun. Now my brother takes care of me. I miss Mom and Dad being around more. Mom says things are going to get better.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Some kind of Canadian joke, sir? I mean, I know you're the instructor and everything, but we can't carry the ball. How can we get a decent shot at the peach basket?
All right. Maybe we can allow a carry of a couple of steps.
And Mr. Naismith, sir, it sure slows things down having to climb up here every time.
Well, then let's cut the bottom out of the basket.
Ah, but I need these baskets back.
100 years after James Naismith from Almont, Ontario invented it, basketball was being played by hundreds of millions of people around the world.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center on this Sunday afternoon, where the Erie Otters defeat the Owen Sound Attack by a final score of 8-5. They score 6 unanswered. They trail at 1.52. They come back. They win it 8-5. A very tough loss here this afternoon for the Owen Sound Attack. One that certainly has to sting, and one that'll be big for the Otters, who are trying to salvage this weekend doubleheader after losing last night 7-4. They get a big 2 points in the Western Conference standings. They want to keep themselves in that playoff picture. Let's take a look at the score scoring summary from the third period. All Erie. Caleb Smith, his third of the season at 11:24. Then Kerry Torrance gives the Otters the lead. The first time they led since being up 2-1. Torrance gets his 19th of the campaign. And then Pano Femus on a penalty shot, his 10th of the season at 17:15 is an insurance marker. And for good measure, Kerry Torrance will add on an empty netter, his second of the game, 20th of the season, coming at 17:51. And that would do it. An 8-5 win here this afternoon for the Erie Otters. Pleased to be joined by Otters forward Pano Femus, who had a wonderful weekend on the score sheet. But Pano, tell me, how did this comeback happen? I mean, 6 unanswered, it's almost unheard of. But you guys, after falling down 5-2 early in the second, there was clearly no quit.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've had actually a pretty good track record of winning games in the third period, so that was pretty much the message going to the third. But, you know, it was a bit of an even start, and then we got into a bit of penalty trouble, and then things evened out a bit. We weren't able to capitalize on some of our power play opportunities, but you know, we're just happy that we made it happen.
Well, you mentioned there giving up those power play goals against. When in a spot like that and you fall down 5-2, how are you guys able to keep your composure? You know, maybe the calls weren't going your way early in this one, but it felt like you guys never really did lose your cool.
Yeah, you know, just staying calm on the bench, not letting the emotions get the best of us. It's kind of been a common theme because, you know, some games we have a couple too highs or a couple too lows and things get out of control. So just staying even keel, and then I think it was Malks there got us on the board during the PK. So that was a huge momentum twist for us as well.
Last night you were all over the ice. You had 2 goals in the game, a few more points here today. Just tell us, where's your game at? How are you feeling right now at this point in the season?
Yeah, obviously I'm playing with a bit of confidence, but you know, I think we're on a bit of a high as a team right now. We've obviously not the record we want at the moment, but we've got a couple of big points that we've been able to grab here. So, you know, just playing with a bit of confidence, but, you know, my line mates are there to help me out, Alfie and Macker tonight. But, you know, it's a team effort.
That's a big 2 points here today. You guys split this weekend doubleheader with the Attack, but it keeps pace in what's a pretty tight Western Conference. Do you find yourself at all, I know it's early December, but do you find yourself peeking at the standings a bit?
Obviously, yeah, it's kind of hard not to, just because I think we're in the hardest division in the league, I'd say so. So, you know, it's obviously in the back of our minds, but, you know, just taking it night by night and putting our best effort on the ice and hoping to grab points. I mean, these were 2 huge points tonight.
Well, congratulations on this big comeback victory. You guys put it with an exclamation point, especially that penalty shot goal, so congrats, enjoy it.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
All right, that's Pano Femus as the Erie Otters knock off the Owen Sound Attack by a final score of 8-5. A penalty shot goal from Pano Femus, as I mentioned, was the insurance marker before they added on an empty netter to win 8-5. Let's bring back in Adrian Musso. And Adrian, this is a tough one today for the Owen Sound Attack. A tough pill to swallow, and one that's a little inexplicable. I know they've had their struggles and they haven't been able to maybe put together some great 60-minute efforts, but you're up 5-2. You got to hold on to that lead.
You have to find a way. You just have to find a way. There's no excuses for blowing a 5-2 lead. You have all the momentum. You're on home ice. They're down a defenseman. They're playing with a defenseman that didn't play last night, hasn't had very minutes, and Ty Henry as well. So you're relying just on basically 4 defensemen on the back end for the Erie Otters. There's so much going against them. You just have to find a way to win this game. There's no excuses. And you know what? Fault the players, fault the goaltender. But this has to come down on the coaching staff as well. Pulling a goalie just after, 8 minutes into the game, it's a tough call to make, and then unable to get people into opportunities to have success defensively or offensively. You have to scratch your head at some of the decisions that were pulled by the coaching staff in today's game.
Well, I do have to wonder, too, with that goaltending change after Corbin Votary allowed 2 goals on 10 shots, how much of that really just shows how fragile this team is maybe right now. And again, it was not letting a game get away from them. Maybe they could just read the situation where this team was just going to be super deflated. But they get up 5-2, and yeah, the power play keeps going. The special teams has been really good, but there's a lot more to the game than just special teams. And I think, you know, we'd be remiss if we did not give full credit to the Erie Otters, who down 5-2, they could have been thinking about the long bus ride home. They could have packed it at that point. Calls weren't going their way at that point in the game, but they did not quit. And I think, you know, that starts obviously with a veteran coach in Stan Butler, but a lot of belief in this veteran group.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the conversation that Stan Butler had with the officials after the first period might have put something into the officials' head. The 4 consecutive power plays there, were some of them merited? Yes. Were some of them questionable? Yes. But you're doing your work as a coach to get those future power plays, and it worked full marks for Stan Butler today. So the Erie Otters, a great performance on 5-on-5 play. They carried the play in that aspect of the game, and usually when you win the 5-on-5 battles, you'll win the game.
Yeah, they got rewarded for a great effort with the big comeback victory. Before we send things off on this Sunday night, time to take a look at today's 3 stars. Brett Brissett, who opened the scoring in this game, is the 3rd star of the contest. Brissett finished today's game with a goal and an assist. James Petrovsky on the Owentown back end, he had 2 goals. And Malcolm Spence is today's 1st star, a goal, 2 assists, and a +4 rating. Final score here today, the Erie Otters come back, and then they add a few more. They defeat the Owen Sound Attack 8-5. Thanks for joining us here today. For Adrian Musso, I'm Mark McKelvey, and for the entire team at Cujo Entertainment, have a great Sunday evening.
Due to the length of the preceding program, we now join the regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Alcoholic beverages and beverages of any sort. So we have to suss out, and most of our revenue would come from our weekend events.
Sure.
Fridays and Saturday nights. So we only have 8 of those a month, and there's always more demand than there is availability of dates. So a lot of times we do fundraisers and other a lot of community events and things like that we'll try to do during the week.
Okay.
And if we can accommodate private parties on Fridays or Saturdays, or if they make sense, like I booked one with Jim McManaman for a Kiwanis thing coming up. It's not so much like a private event, but we do the odd interesting community thing if it makes sense. It is a big space, so to do small tiny events may not make economic sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also because it's a big space, if you only have a few people in there, it doesn't have the greatest vibe, perhaps.
Sure.
Right. So it's up to me to pick and choose and try to figure it out, but. It's a great space for hosting a lot of different things.
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful.
And we can change it around a lot. Like you say, we've got extra tables, we can change this, we can take our tables away, we can accommodate dance parties at just about everything, especially now with the addition of the restaurant in the building. So we can do our own catering. Sometimes we can't because we're too busy and the restaurant's open. But and that was one of the things when we originally came up with the Heartwood idea, which is we want it to be a community hub, and we think that in a sense now with the addition of the restaurant, we're more of that too. Like the restaurant's big, people can come in there, they can work during the day, they can have meetings, they can socialize there. A lot of times people will make reservations, come in early, and then go upstairs to the hall after to a show. And then go to the store, and then they can go into the restaurant if it's during the day. So everything's kind of connected in some way right now. And
no, I think that's phenomenal. And
yeah.
It just makes a lot of business sense, especially when the catering opportunities come up. I know the River District booked you, it was me,
right.
for the River District membership
right.
party that's coming up in November. Really excited about that. And yeah, you guys have been so easy to work with on getting everything organized.
Okay.
You just have everything that people need to kind of get set up, which is nice. I was like, oh, can we have a microphone? Yeah, we've got that. Oh, do you have speakers? Right. Oh yeah, we've got that taken care of. Oh, okay, so I need to just show up.
We have 3 stages in the building now, so because there's a small stage upstairs in the hall.
Yes.
And there's the large stage, and we've been doing a number of shows and events in Parkwood also. Another thing, when you talk about doing private events and parties, Parkwood, we're fielding calls and things like that also for private events in the restaurant. And because Owen Sound likes to have their dinner early and go back home or do whatever, the restaurant part of the business is over. Like, just we're serving food, and 8 o'clock is the end of dining time. So we often will host things from 8:30 to 11 or midnight.
Just kind of turn it over.
Birthday parties and like a retirement party, engagement parties, and we're capable of doing small music shows, not big like in the hall,
Sure.
but kind of stripped down acoustic things. We were going to mention that Parkwood will be open on Sundays in December. We're going to try to get open another day of the week, and those particular days, Saturdays and Sundays that we're open, lend themselves to doing some kind of matinee something during the day. So the first Sunday in December, we have a Christmas jazz event in the middle of the afternoon.
Okay.
So people can come and they can eat, but we'll also like have a block in the afternoon where there's music happening also.
So are there like pre-reserved tickets for that, or is it just going to be like...
That one's, most of the events that will take place there will be by donation or pay what you can.
Right.
And so people can be dining at the same time. They don't have to pay if they don't want to, or donate to the musicians. But there'll be stuff that we think will still fit within a restaurant, like musically or some other kind of entertainment.
Sure.
So that they can coexist at the same time.
Let's talk a little bit about your menu. I've taken a couple of long looks at it.
Okay.
Longingly looks at it.
It's 2 restaurants in one.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's 2 restaurants in one?
Well, we have a pizza restaurant basically.
Yeah.
So we have a pizza and a salad side.
Okay.
And then we have kind of a regular restaurant side, like with a kitchen line and stuff like that. So there's almost like there's a pizza menu, and then there's like a regular restaurant menu. But I like to think we have 2 restaurants that coexist in the same space.
Well, that's a fun way to think about it.
There is something for everyone, we hope to think, and people are responding really well to the space and to the food.
And you have a kids menu.
And we have a small kids menu.
Yeah, well, that's all you need for a kid.
Yeah, we get a lot of families and kids.
Yeah, it's great. I have a little box of toys for kids to play with too in the restaurant.
It's accessible.
You're a queen. That's it. You've got the box of toys. You are automatically the favorite place for kids to go.
Right. It's true.
Also
it makes a difference.
I also like to play with toys. That's fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about the menu development on the non-pizza side of things?
Right. So we are not completely local products, but we have a lot of local products, and we support a lot of local producers. And I think there's a little accreditation or a badge or something we can get. Like if you have a certain, I think somebody made this aware to us just recently. If you get a certain percentage of your menu items locally, then there's something you can put up on the door. I forget what it's called. Do you remember?
No, I think it's with Ontario Culinary.
Oh, okay, because you already have the Waste Watchers.
Right.
Yes.
The Owen Sound Waste Watchers badge of honor for being sustainable and friendly and things. Did they make mention to something in the restaurant about that as well?
Oh yeah, they encourage people to bring their own containers, their to-go containers. So
Glorious.
if you have leftovers, our portions are pretty big, so there's often leftovers going out the door, and you're welcome to bring your own containers.
I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So on the drink side, like many of our craft beers and ciders, we get locally. And then on the food side, you can probably answer this better, but like Donald's Honey supplies, that the microgreens, New Life Farms, I
New
believe.
Life Farms with the
New Life
microgreens,
Farms.
Moore's Meats for our chicken and burgers.
And Chatsworth.
Yeah. Nan from oh my goodness, I'm going to get it wrong. Sunrise
Bakery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunrise.
Yeah. That, I mean, that's as
Probably
local
more.
as you can get it. It's basically around the corner.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, and I love it. Like, all of these River District businesses are working to support businesses in the community by supporting local and looking for the most sustainable ways to, support the businesses. Also happens to be supporting local.
Right.
So it's just this wonderful circle
We all support each other.
of supporting each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's so, so wonderful. I know that I'm really looking forward to our event at Parkwood. This is going to be my first time actually getting to sit down and eat there, because it's either full or I'm working.
Right.
So I'm very, very excited about this event happening. And you said that you are going to be open on Sundays in December for lunch service and dinner service, or just lunch service?
It'll be
1 to 7.
1
Okay.
to 7.
Okay,
on,
that's
So
on
dinner
the first
and
3
lunch.
Sundays of December.
okay. That's
Because
perfect.
one is Christmas Eve.
That's fair. Yeah, you don't have to work Christmas Eve if you don't want to when you own the business.
Right.
That's fantastic news, and a lot of other River District businesses are open Sundays during the holiday season as well. So it's a great way to just kind of plan a whole Sunday around, getting your holiday shopping done, go to Heartwood Home, get some holiday shopping done, and then have a great meal with some entertainment as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of great other retail businesses around us, and we're a part of trying to get more people downtown, just like they are. And I think that, like especially during this fall and holiday season, you'll see all these businesses like working harder to get people downtown and showcase their wares. And there's just a lot of great stuff happening downtown, right?
Absolutely, and we think that people should know that and come to our website, owensoundriverdistrict.ca, to learn more. And just as we're wrapping things up, I would like to ask you very, very quickly in the last minute, why do you both, as locals, love it here?
Well, we touched on the community aspect and the support. I think that's really my favorite thing about the area. When we first moved here, I was immediately encouraged to join in with groups of people who I, to this day, am friends with. It's a very welcoming community.
We're pretty lucky in that. And yourself?
I think one of the great things about Owen Sound is it's kind of located regionally, like centric to a lot of great things that are near and close by. So just its geographical location and being so close to, if you want to go over to Southampton, like Lake Huron side, the sunsets, or if you're over on the bay side, maybe you are going to Collingwood, Meaford, Thornbury, and then so close to being up on the peninsula. And so like Grey Bruce and the surrounding area is just such like a naturally great area. And being in Owen Sound gives you the means to just pop around anywhere and then also enjoy everything that's like local and right here in town.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for coming in, telling us a little bit about the Heartwood Heart World. Thank you to you for watching us again, and I will present you both with your Locals Love It Here buttons.
Okay.
Thank you for loving it here, and thank you for joining us again this week.
Thank you.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
It'd be a tragedy if we were losing one person to drug overdose every day. 5, 7, or 12 people? That would be unimaginable. But in Canada, we lose 20 people to overdose every single day. That's a crisis. Donate to help CAMH face addiction head on.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No?